Hey guys, right here I have a 2016 Citroën C3 1.6 BlueHDi edition. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. This C3 does have a 5-speed manual. The second generation C3 gets an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Edition trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions and a flat bottom design. A 5-speed manual is the only transmission available for the BlueHDi 75 engine in the UK. To engage reverse, push the gear lever all the way to the right and back. Shifting into reverse activates the Edition's standard rear parking sensors and its diagram that appears on the infotainment display. Safety features on the C3 edition includes 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability control, tire pressure monitoring system, and immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, rear fog light, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The bonnet release is located to the left of the front passenger's footwell. "16-inch Valonga alloy rims are standard on the Edition. The rims on this car are wrapped in Michelin Energy Saver 195/55 R16 tires. Ventilated disc brakes and drum brakes are present front and rear respectively. The suspension comprises of McPherson struts in front and a deformable beam rear. The C3 nameplate was first introduced in late 2001 when Citroën debuted the replacement for its popular Saxo hatchback. The first generation was available in 2 body styles, a 5-door hatchback and a 2-door convertible called the C3 BlueHDi. It was available between 2002 and 2010. The second generation, which was launched in 2009, is only available as a 5-door hatchback. However, a more premium 3-door hatchback alternative to the C3 is marketed under Citroën's DS sub-brand as the DS3. A facelift for the second generation C3 debuted at the 2013 Geneva Motor Show, featuring updated styling both inside and out. This C3 does have a 1.6 litre single overhead cam, 8 valves turbodiesel inline-4 engine with common rail direct injection. This engine produces 74 horsepower at 3,750 rpm and 230 Nm of torque at 1,750 rpm. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 11.3 seconds, and the top speed is 106 miles per hour or 171 km per hour. With a 50-litre fuel tank, combined fuel consumption for the C3 BlueHDi 75 manual is 80.7 miles per gallon or 3.5 litres per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is 90 grams per kilometer, and the C3 is a front-wheel drive vehicle. The second generation C3 was introduced to the UK market back in 2010 with the facelift on sale from summer 2013 onwards. Currently 3 petrol engines and 2 diesel engines are available, with the standard transmission being a 5-speed manual. The automatic option is an ETG automated manual transmission, and that is available only on the PureTech 82 engine. Trim levels are VT, Edition and Platinum. Exterior features of the C3 Edition includes manual leveling halogen reflector headlights, LED daytime running lights, rear fog light, indicators below the side mirrors, and body-colored door handles and side mirrors. You do have some storage down there together with your speaker right there. And right here you do have your mirror controls and your window controls. The front 2 windows in this car are powered. The driver's side gets a fully automatic function in both directions, while the rear 2 windows are manually adjustable. Right down here you have the button to activate the electronic child locks for the rear doors. And right here you have the button to activate or deactivate the vehicle's electronic stability control function. You do have a bit of storage down there. The driver's seat in this C3 edition does get full manual adjustments. This lever controls your seat back. This lever controls your seat height, and this bar down here controls your seat position. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how she revs. The C3 in addition trim does come standard with very simple air conditioning controls, with all of the controls located right here. You do have your fan speed in the middle, different modes to the left with your front defrost, and your temperature to the right. Right above, you do have your rear defrost, recirculation, and your air conditioning buttons. To the right of the infotainment display, you do have your electronic central locking button. And right down here, you do have some storage. The C3 edition does come standard with an integrated head unit that features various media connectivity options and 4 speakers for the sound system. I must say, for a stock sound system, the speakers in the C3 do sound quite decent. The display right above is controlled using a set of controls located below the air conditioning controls. You do have your CD player right above. It is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, your traffic announcements button. Right here you do have your volume and power knob. The mode button, if you press it, you can change what is being displayed on the display. And if you hit the dark button down here, you can turn off the display partially or turn it off completely. You do have your 6 customizable stations, and right here the source button allows you to go between your different media options. You do have your radio, CD, auxiliary, USB, Bluetooth audio streaming, and hit the band button to switch between FM and AM if you are in your radio menu. Right here you can bring up your sound system settings if you hit this button, and hit this button if you are in your FM AM menus to bring up your list of available radio stations in the area. Right here, the up, down, left, right, OK, return and menu buttons actually go through your configuration menu on the display itself. But if, say, you are in your USB menu or your Bluetooth audio streaming menu, the left and right arrows actually doubles up as your seek track function. We are currently in your Bluetooth audio streaming menu with your current song playing information. You do have the title, artist, song number. To the left, you do have the time, day, date, and right up here you do have your Bluetooth telephone status and your outside temperature. Now, if you hit the mode button, you can select between your media display, your driving data, your Bluetooth telephone information, your day and date, and back to your media information. Now, if you hit the dark button, like I said, you can turn off the display partially or completely. Right here you do have your sound system settings with your automatic volume, your preset equalizers, bass, treble, loudness correction, balance and fader. And right here, this is the menu that you get when you hit the menu button below. Right here you do have your audio information, your trip computer. Obviously you hit the return button to go back to the previous menu. Next up, we do have your configuration menu with your vehicle parameters. You do have your parking assistance, lights, signal, driving assistance, your brightness, date and time, units, and your language. And lastly, your Bluetooth configuration menu right here. Obviously you can call a number, but you can also connect and disconnect a paired device, delete a paired device, perform a Bluetooth search and all that. Huge front quarter windows. There are no controls on the steering wheel, but behind it on the top left stalk you do have your light and indicator controls. On the bottom left stalk you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. On the bottom right stalk, you do have your audio controls. And on the top right stalk, you do have your wiper controls. If you locate the button at the end of the wiper stalk, you can actually bring up your multi-information display as well. You do have your 2 trip meters as well as your current figures. Under the 2 trip meters, you do have your distance traveled, average fuel consumption and average speed. These 2 trip meters actually carry the same set of data just depending on when you last reset it. And for your current figures, you do have your range, instant fuel consumption and distance to destination if you do have the data set into the system. To the right of the instrument cluster, you do have your mileage and trip meter, as well as a digital readout for your fuel. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. And right here you have the lever to adjust the level of the headlight. Right here you do have a power outlet, as well as your auxiliary and USB ports. You do have a bit of storage below the parking brake, and more storage right here with a cutout for a cup holder. You do have your interior lights right up here. Manual dimming, rear view mirror, and the sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now and continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your speaker down there together with some storage and your window control. As mentioned earlier on, the rear windows in this car are manually adjustable. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is actually quite a lot of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for legroom, I get about this much. And I do get about this much headroom. It is actually quite alright back here. The seats are nice and comfortable. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, but you don't get a rear center armrest or grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the back. open up the rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate a touchpad right beneath this portion right here. The boot in the C3 measures 300 litres with the rear seat backs in place and 1121 litres with the rear seat backs folded and the cargo cover removed. On both sides of the boot are hooks to hang items on, and to the left there is a light that illuminates the area. Underneath the boot floor is the vehicle's spare tyre. The fuel flap itself is not actually lockable, but the fuel cap is, so you do need the key to open up the fuel cap. You do have adjustable headrests front and rear. The rear seat backs in this C3 do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down, then locate the levers on either side of the headrests, pull it, and then flip the seat back down. You can move the seat belt out of the way if you do not want the seat belt obstructing you. You do have your window control right there, together with your speaker right there, and some storage down below. The front passenger seat in this car does get full manual adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, including your height adjustment. As with most other right-hand drive Peugeot and Citroëns, the glove box is quite small due to the location of the fuse box right here. The sun visor for the front passenger side does get a vanity mirror as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2016 Citroën C3 1.6 BlueHDi edition. Thanks for watching and goodbye.